Hello, so today I will be reviewing the TGXEar Serratus. This is a $200 DIY earbud made by TGXEar on Discord and Head5Fame, or of Discord and Head5Fame, rather. This is a highly requested review, and I have to dedicate this review to two people, Koresh and Rice on Discord. Thank you for waiting so long. I didn't mean to wait so long to put out this review. Just life things and procrastination got in the way. But now I'm here, and I'm going to review the TGXEar Serratus rather. It's on the left. And if you're wondering why there's another set of earbuds, you might recall that I have reviewed the Moondrop Chaconne. It was the second review on this channel, and in honor of Rice, who asked for a comparison between the two, and I forgot to get back to them for a while. I'm going to first review the TGXEar Serratus, and then I'll make some comparisons at the latter half of the video. So without further ado, I will get right into the disclaimers. I have not been paid or influenced to say anything good or bad about the TGXEar Serratus or the Moondrop Chaconne. All thoughts and opinions are my own, and these both are my personal units. And yeah, I think that should be good. So the drivability, as you can see, the TGXEar Serratus comes stock with a 4.4, which means that it's there for a reason, and that's because the drivers on the Serratus is 300 ohms, I believe, which makes it a little bit power hungry, not too crazy, not on the same level as the Tin P1, like the original one, not the P1 Plus. I heard that one's a lot easier to drive. But yeah, I run it balanced, and balance always gets the job done, so it's fine on that front. I do believe you can ask for the TGXEar Serratus to be MMCX modded, so you can use your own cable. So yeah, there's that. And speaking of cable, let's move on to accessories. So as you can see, the TGXEar Serratus comes with the, let me show you. So it's a 4-core cable, rather light, which is good for earbuds. You don't want the cable weighing down the earbud and pulling it out of your ear. It's a 4-core braid that goes into a 2-wire above the Y split. There is a slight issue I have with this is the chin cinch, the chin slider. This thing, it doesn't like to stay put. So if I even move it a little, it'll start sliding down, like when I'm wearing it. I'm a bit too lazy to show you guys, but just trust me on this. I think it's because the 2-core braid is too loose for this style of chin slider. If you can see, the holes are a bit big. Yeah, so there's that. And then there's the Serratus case. Just so you know, this is my serial number. Nice. And then here's the inside of the case. It's a standard case. You get your foams. That was the cable tie. I'm not sure if that silica packet was there before, or like if I put it there, but yeah, there's a silica packet. And yeah, I'm going to talk about the build next. The build is it's a MX500 clear shell. So if you know about MX500 shells, you know how they are. They're pretty decent. I think this one's a bit sturdier though, since it's I don't know, it feels a bit more robust than like just the standard shells you get on Alley that are a bit hollow. And yeah, moving on to fit. These fit like any MX500 shells. If you've tried the Yin Correct 6 or what's the other one called? There's like the really cheap one that people get. Oh, I'm blanking on it, but if I remember, I'll put in the description. Anyways, like this shell shape has been adopted by a lot of people, including a bunch of DIYers. So if you've tried any of those buds, then yeah, you know how this fits. It fits my ear okay. It's not the best fitting. Actually, the Chaconne fits me better in that regard. I get a better fit. It actually slept with both of these in my ears, and both of them stayed in my ears, but the Chaconne felt more secure. So there's that. And let me see. So I did drivability, accessories, build, fit. I think I should move on to the sound. So speaking of the sound, I've talked to quite a few Serratus owners on Discord, because audio communities are pretty close knit, and there's a friend I talked to called you know I don't think he'll mind if I say his name. I talked to Drew, who's a fellow Serratus owner, and we talked about a bunch of audio stuff, and we did talk about the Serratus a bit, and when we were trying to pin down the sound signature of the Serratus, what he said he heard was a U-shaped sound signature, and after a while, I do have to agree, because the mids are the least elevated part, and I say that not saying it's a V shape or like they're recessed or anything. They're not. It's just that the bass and the treble are a tad bit more elevated, which doesn't make everything out of whack. It actually adds for a decently exciting sound signature. And so moving on to the bass, if your preconceived notions of like earbuds are like, oh, they have weak bass, whatever. The Serratus will definitely surprise you with that. The bass is decently meaty and thumpy. Actually, when I first heard it, I thought it sounded similar to the EJ07's mid bass, which doesn't look like much on a graph. But if you listen, or if you watch my review on it, you know my thoughts on it. I think that bass is pretty good, the mid bass, and I think the mid bass on this is pretty good as well. There's not much a sub bass roll off for an earbud, which is surprising. I'm not saying it's gonna be, flat or anything. No, there's a bit of roll off, but it's not too much, so it's fine. For an earbud. Moving on to the mids, as I said, it's a U-shaped sound signature, so the mids aren't necessarily the most elevated. It's not recessed either, definitely. They're the way I would describe them is they're there, and by that I mean they're not forward or recessed. They're just, but I don't think I'd say neutral. But both male and female vocals they sound even. There's no like there's no I don't know why I wanted to say favoritism, but there's like none is like, not one is over the other, I guess. There's a lot of texture to vocals and instruments. Oh, I forgot to talk about bass texture. Bass textures were pretty good. It's like that good DD texture. Anyways, moving back to mids, it's pretty good. Honestly, I wouldn't like the mids to be more forward for my taste. I think it would benefit from that. If there's a Serratus revision or like a Serratus update in the future, I would like the mids to be more forward. I want that to be known, and I'll touch on that later in the comparison video, or in the comparison part rather. Moving on to treble, it's extended. It's not crazily extended though, so it's not like very elevated. You won't hear sibilance or like anything harsh, which is good. I think you could listen to this for long periods of time concerning the higher frequencies. And yeah, it's pretty decent sound signature. I like it. Going on to technicalities, it has pretty good details. Would I say it beats an IM though? Depends on the IM, and I'd say it's good for the price point. The resolving ability is pretty decent as well. Would I say it resolves my top sets? No. Staging is wide as an earbud should be. Not much height, obviously, with like small transducers like this and IMs. Depth, Some people say it has really good depth. I'd say maybe it has a smidge more depth than other stuff I've heard, but I personally don't hear it. I know Nims said it has like the same center imaging as the U12T. I've not heard that one. I've heard this one, and I'm not sure I hear it per se. All I will say is imaging pretty good. Also good for the price point. Um, oh, one thing I do have to say about the imaging. I said the staging is wide. Heights normally their depth is like maybe a smidge more than usual. Um, the imaging, it presents things like closer to you compared to the stage, which is wide. So there's that. Let me see. Timbre is the Earbud Timbre. It's pretty good for the price, or not good for the price. It's just pretty natural sounding. Um, Let me see. Detail resolution, staging imaging. Uh, I don't think there's much I've got to touch on it. Dynamics. They're decent. I wouldn't say they're anything like mind blowing crazy. Oh yeah. Just before anyone says, "Oh, you didn't listen to it on this or that," I use the balance only on my portables like the QLX 5K or FIO BTR5. And in case that wasn't enough, I ran it balanced on the Hibby R5 Gen 2, which is right. Hold on, give me a second. It's next to me, but I have to reach for it. Which is right here. Oh wait, hold on. Just a sneak peek before the review. But look. Here's my power amp with some songs. Don't judge my selection. I like anime, okay. And here's my profile or wallpaper. I made it for an IM that I was supposed to get, but I didn't. And I used it for my dep, which fits pretty well. Like, it fits the screen almost perfectly. There's a bit of scroll when you scroll, but that's like if you set the wallpaper to moving. Anyways, I use that on that with Class A and not Class A on low gain, medium gain, high gain. Should be enough for you guys, okay? I know some people are like, oh my god, sources matter a lot for earbuds. Don't worry, I got you. I use that, alright? Class A makes it a bit more meaty, more thumpy, more full. Yeah, okay. It's still good, but it's not like anything mind-blowing. It's not changing the way I hear the sound or anything. Hold on, I was gonna say one more thing before I did the comparison video, or the comparison part. Let me see. Oh yeah, I say it's a U-shaped sound signature. I would say it's U-shaped with a bit of warmth, because the bass does lend a bit of warmth, which could add to why I don't think the mids are as forward as I want them to be. But yeah, that's a matter of preference. Anyways, comparing this, and now for the comparison section, I'm gonna do this real fast because, yeah, time constraints. I'd say I prefer the Chaconne more. I like the mids more. It's more forward. The bass isn't as good or textured as the Serratus, but even though I'm a big fan of bass, I don't mind in this instance. I don't think the bass is as good as the Serratus for Chaconne. The mids are better, more forward, especially in the upper mids, which I like. It's more airy, adds to the sound. And the treble is about the same. They're both extended, not fatiguing or sibilant. And you can listen to both for a long period of time. And between both of these and their respective price points, I think I'm set for earbuds. I don't think I want any more. And that is about it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, afternoon, or night. Next review, probably Olena and Olena Mod, Unknown Soldier. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys. Have a good day. Bye.